Today we are talking about Power BI, a service by Microsoft, something that is part of Microsoft 365 service, formerly called Office 365 in the past. Power BI service give us the option to upload our data and create powerful reports and dashboards, interactive reports that can change, filter, and gives insights about a lot of about anything actually. The service have many service connectors, so we can import data from almost any source. We can use raw file data, our Excel sheets, CSV, any cloud databases, our zero accounting system, or any other known ERP. The list of service connectors is very, very huge. Here is the dashboard of the service where we can see three KPIs that we can access it. And let's start from maybe it's the best way to try to, instead of show you the dashboard itself, let's try to create something. Okay, now I am in my workspace that I created today. Here is sample report dataset. This dataset, this data we will use in order to create a small report. We go to the report page. Let's actually it's a report that I create today. Let's create the new report. It's a new report. We will pick the dataset samples report and create our report. All right. We start by selecting here one of the visualizations. So we can select the table, and then we make it a little bigger. And from these fields, we select the fields we need to display. We have this table with the data. We can specify here filters. We can bring results only from Canada, only from Australia, based on the date we want. And we can extend that by having here a diagram. That diagram need to select an empty space in order to create another diagram. So here we will select that diagram, and for this one we will again specify the columns by dragging the fields in that diagram. For that we will have the country versus the profit. What was the profit for each one of the countries? And we will save that report and sales projection. And then we will see how the system can give us ways to create better reports. We go here to the dataset and we simply say get quick insights. In a few minutes, Power BI service will analyze our data and give us insights of what we can present, what we can get from the data we have here. That insights is very, very helpful because we can easily add it into our dashboard. So we can click, for example, let's choose this one. We can click that one and specify that we need to create a new dashboard, and the new dashboard, we call it Pro BI. And we have a new dashboard that has that segment here. And here we can see ask questions about the data. That gives us even more options because we can say total unit sold. Select that KPI. Total unit sold, and then field visual to our BI service, our dashboard. And then ask more about total overtime. but over time give us that graph. And that way, we can create a very, very powerful dashboard that we can drag and drop and organize it as we go. We can ask for more and average gross sale for each segment. And make the dashboard even richer by asking questions about average price, average sale price to be into the same dashboard. So in less than 7 minutes, we accomplished to get clever data, intelligent data about our sales. We start with data per country, per product for a specific day, and end up having KPIs and intelligent data for our sample, for our raw data, let's say for our simple data. I can even create even more and more and more and more, and I will never stop because there is filters that we can narrow down this data and bring only the data for this year or the data for previous year. Maybe worth to see also the filters. We can specify here filter to be the date, and we can have a basic filter, or we can have a relative date, which is in the last 21 days by the filters, or we can have to be in the last 2 weeks, or we can have in calendar weeks, which is different, or months, the last 2 months, and that refresh the data and create the present the data based on this. But this is how we work with this service and create our filters. We can filter based off anything, or is in the next 1 month. If it's a projection, we can get the data that is in the next 1 month or 2 months. This cannot be only the sale, can be also what obligations do I have, what appointments do I have, what expenses I need to cover in the next month. Possibilities is unlimited actually. All these things, different visualization for my data, and each report can have more than one visualization. It's not necessary to have only these two. I can also create here pages and have another page empty for adding different reports, more than one datasets that can link together. The problem is the time. I don't have time to go deep and give you an example like that. There is also a desktop version. If I have downloaded from the Microsoft Store, if I say here Power BI, it will give me a desktop application that I can use to create reports more easily instead of using the web version. And that reports published to the service. So it would be also in the service protected because all that data, it's organization data. I can access it by using a Microsoft 365 business identity. So it's safe. It's not my personal account. As you can see, add data to your report and I have import from SQL Server to paste data from table to import from Excel. And here in the get data, the list is more long list of how I can bring data to my report. As you can see, we have see that list, JSON file, PDF, a SharePoint folder, SQL Server, Oracle database, IBM DB2 is here, MySQL, Postgres, Sybase, Teradata, SAP, SAP HANA database, SAP system, the ERP, Amazon. It's extremely longly.
And I think I'm assuming as well we can get it from, let's say, social media, online services. We can bring data from.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Zendesk, Asana, Twilio, uh, Sparkpost, a lot of services, and each day can have one more. LinkedIn share that GitHub. As you can see, the list is very, very, very long. All the services now can be used as the data, as the storage, our files, everything, part of the basis, any kind of database, Postgres, MySQL, SQL Azure, even the service itself.
And so there's no difference really between the desktop version and the web version?
The desktop version used only to create reports. So if I say here, let's make a very, very quick example. We say that we need data from a CSV and bring that data here, create the data in the desktop and use that data in order to create the report. Once we have the report ready, and then having that data set ready, we can do the same as we did in the desktop version. Product and then sales total. And then go to the empty space in your visual. More easy to work with this. As you can see, more easy here, and empty space, and then you can extend it by, say, that we need, and here we can select two fields. We can select country and product for sales. We have ready the report, and then we publish it, save it, and we can have it on the disk in order to make changes in that report. And now upload the file, the report, to the BI service. So once we move here, few minutes, the report, say where to save it. I would just say to the default, and then publish the report to the BI service, the report and the dataset. Both would be published, and then for the new dataset, we can do the same. Get insights, and then from the insights, create KPIs and post it into the data, so to the dashboards. As many dashboards as we need. Here in report 2, as you see, last one, get insights, and it will give us insights based on the new data source. And we can add those also into the existing dashboard. So we can have a dashboard that has insights and data from more than one report in that. Questions about the data, sales total, and so on. But I cannot stop playing. So if you start, you will just put things.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. No, it's very powerful. It's a very powerful tool, like you said. Absolutely. There's a lot you can do. You can ask many questions and then see the different KPIs, the different results, the numbers. You can also predict things, see the performance, how your company is doing, and so on. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much, Pete.